I can't even talk. Okay, so I figured I would go along with the Halloween theme and give you guys a spooky story that really happened to me. And yeah, if you want to hear about the story of my childhood home being haunted, then keep watching. Okay, I've taken some notes on. There's three different situations that I'm going to talk about, and four different situations, and they all happened at my parents' house. And I feel like each paranormal experience was connected with one entity or being. Now, I don't always feel creeped out at my parents' house. It's just something that's happened to me and two other people that I think they're all connected. But so I'm going to list the situations in chronological order. So the first situation happened to me whenever I was a teenager, and two different situations happened to me, and they happened in the same bedroom. So whenever I was a teenager, I was sleeping in because I remember, it was like a dream where I had sleep paralysis, and I remember it was daytime because I could see everything, and I couldn't see what was holding me down or paralyzing me, but it was like I was paralyzed and something was trying to like suck me off of my bed out of my bedroom door. Like my bedroom door was open and I was sleeping on my bed, and from where I was laying, I could see the open door, and something had me paralyzed yet was trying to like suck me off of the bed, and I was almost like moved. It was so terrifying, and it only lasted a couple of seconds, but I was so scared after that. I think I slept with the light on for a while, or like stayed up till really late and didn't go to sleep till the sun came up and for a few days and stuff like that. But yeah, that was really intense. And so a little while after that, my mom, my stepmom who raised me, I call her mom. She doesn't believe in, she claims to be atheist or agnostic. She doesn't believe in paranormal things and stuff like that. So for her to say that she saw something is very, means a lot more to me than anyone else saying it, because she like strictly doesn't believe, and so when something happens to her, I'm like, okay, this is real. You know what I mean? So one day, she was talking about, she saw something in her room that looked like the scary guy off Jeepers Creepers. And for the purpose of, like painting a picture, I'm going to have to like find a photo and put it up, because later on, an experience that I would have reminded me of what she explained she saw in her room. So yeah, she said she saw in her room the Jeepers Creepers guy, and it really freaked her out, and she didn't like it, and she was just weirded out. And so later on down the road, years later, whenever I moved back in with my parents for a little while to try and get my life together, I was in my old bedroom and I was sleeping, and I was woken up in the wee hours of the night. It was like barely light outside, and something dark woke me up, and it was like a feminine energy, and it was like the outline. It was like visible in my room while I was awake from my sleep, standing there and looking at me. And the feeling that I got in my body, like, whenever you're on a roller coaster and your stomach drops, my stomach dropped. And I was talking to my sister about that feeling before, and she said that it's cortisol, like the stress hormone. So I don't know, the fact that I saw something and then like the next second it was gone. But the fact of how it made me feel like, okay, the fear response in my body like made it seem all the more real. It wasn't a dream that I was having. It was a waking experience. And I couldn't see the details, but I could tell that it was like wearing dark clothes and it was like just shrouded in darkness, and it was a feminine energy, and she did not like me. She hated me. And she was just watching me sleep, like standing there, like trying to scare me. She must have been about maybe 7 or 8 feet away from me, standing by my dresser, staring at me, angry. And that was one of the scariest things I've ever seen. Um, yeah, and so I was bothered by that. That was very real. Um, and so later on, as I got more into metaphysics, I, would find out that there's a lot more than what you could see with the naked eye. And sometimes you can see things that are there with the naked eye. And it's nothing to worry about. You just, tell them to go to the light, or cleanse the energy, cleanse the space, meditate, stuff like that. There's nothing to worry about. But, and most importantly, protect your vibration with your habits and stuff like that. But, so yeah, in my childhood home, there was a lot of like fighting and bad energy, and a lot of addiction issues and stuff like that. And so I wonder if this thing is connected to like this dark cloud that's been over my family for so long. Anyways, and so the most recent situation that I think was connected to what I've experienced and seen, my sister, for maybe the past 6 or 7, maybe 8 months, has moved back into my parents' house. She actually lives in a camper, parked at my parents' house. And she recently had an experience of a dark entity holding her down and pulling off her energy. So she's not really into the paranormal or anything like that. So it was a waking experience. And she was trying to tell her boyfriend and explain to him what was going on. He was trying to comfort her, but he didn't really understand what was happening. So it really upset both of them. And yeah, it really, really bothered my sister. So, this is for entertainment purposes. And I really hope that my nieces don't watch this, because I don't want them to be afraid. But it's just a really strange situation that has been consistent over the years. And I think it's one thing that's doing this. But so yeah. And just recently, I saw myself in a dream state, like clearing out spirits from beneath a home, like confused, angry spirits that didn't know where they were, how they got there, like telling them to go to the light. It's okay. You've passed away. You can pass over, go to the light. And like I helped clear out the space. And I didn't realize until a couple days later that I saw that the house was conjoined by a door, like it was two separate houses conjoined by a door. And then I remembered my parents actually turned their upstairs of their house into an Airbnb, and there's a door that separates the two houses. So I realized later on that it was my parents' house which I cleared. So that was after my full moon sadhana experience. That was the dream that I had. So if you want to see the sadhanas that I do on a full moon, you can check out that video. But, so yeah, spooky. This is stuff that happens, and the fact that, I'm always having like interesting, strange visions and experiences, but the fact that my mom and my sister have experienced them too, I'm just like, okay, there's something to this. You know what I mean? It's not just my imagination. This is something that is just looming over my parents' house. So hopefully some of those things have been resolved. And like I said, this is things that have happened over a span of time. So it wasn't like some intense poltergeist situation or anything like that. Just a few strange experiences. But yeah. So that's my spooky story. And don't you know I love you to death? You're the most beautiful thing God ever created. I'm the infinite creator.